Hello, how the devil are you? I'm back, doing some more cooking crap and waffling a bit over the top of it. I hope your day is going well. Mine is going all right. I went to the gym, I had my hair cut. I'm a midlife crisis blonde haircut rather than the sort of fluffy crap it's been for the last few weeks. Right, anyway, cooking. Uh, First point, I'm going to try and post a video every Monday from now on. I'll see how successful that is. It may not be that successful, but I think sometimes when I cook two or three things at the same time, what I'm going to do is on YouTube, you can set the dates for when they're published. So I think I'm going to try that and see if I can get something out every Monday. So if you're following this channel, please have a look every Monday or Tuesday as at your leisure, as to see what stuff I've come up with this week. And we'll see how it goes. This week's dish is a simple chicken curry. Tried to shave a bit of time off it. So normally the curry's 2.5 to 3 hours, even for chicken, which cooks fairly quickly. I've shaved this down to about an hour and a half. And the way to do that is to be having a word with it the day before. So getting the marinade ready, some yogurt and some spices and stuff, and stick it in the fridge for 24 hours. And that helps with getting the chicken to take on the spices. And then you spend an hour and a half cooking it the next day. And if you're like me, you'd actually prefer to leave the chicken till the next day afterwards. So, perfection is 2 days. Okay is one 24-hour day and an hour and a half at the end of it. Let's get on with it. It's really, really nice. It does taste quite traditional. It's a good, not necessarily restauranty dish. I've left the bones in this one because I think there's some taste involved with leaving the bones in. You may not want to. You may just want to chomp straight in which case, breast and thighs without bones is a good thing. Anyway, I'm whiffling. Let's get on with it. Rumty tumty tum, board of goodness once again. Fairly small board of goodness today because we did most of it yesterday. So to make this recipe shorter, you start the day before, which is a bit of a, yeah, whatever. Anyway, it's a contradiction in terms, isn't it? Start the day before to make something shorter. But we have done. We did most of the work yesterday, so today will be shorter. So in here, we've got a kilogram of chicken. Mixed with about 300 grams of a low-fat yogurt of your choice, and then a teaspoon of coriander powder, teaspoon of turmeric, cumin, chili powder, garam masala, a little bit of salt, and some garlic powder. So that's all you do it yesterday. And because all the flavour is now infused in, you don't have to cook it for as long. So I'm keeping my spice tin ready because I might need a little bit more garam masala towards the end, but we'll see how it goes. So we've got 2 onions, got about 5 or 6 cloves of garlic, depending on how big your bulb is. This is a very small bulb, so at least 6 cloves of garlic. I'm going to have about a tablespoon of ghee, and from that, I'm going to cut a thumbnail sized piece of ginger. Again, to make this shorter, I'm going to put these in my little chopper blender and make very small pieces of onion and ginger and garlic, so it cooks shorter. So normally with this kind of recipe, I would cook the onions and garlic for about 50-55 minutes until it's properly brown, dark brown. We're going to cut a few corners this time. Still going to end up tasting good and fairly traditional, but we just cut down on some of the faffery and thyme. So anyway, let's kind of get on with it. Oh yeah, forgot tin of tomatoes as well. Handy tin of tomatoes. La 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 la, off we go. And off we go. So onions normally take about 50-55 minutes. We're going to do these in about 20 to 25 minutes. Our little chopper, you can see the size of the onions it's chopped down into. Everyone needs one of these little chopper things. The same as everyone needs a stick blender, everyone needs a small choppery blendery thing. There are two essentials for the kitchen, I would say. So anyway, right, let's brown these in 20 to 25 minutes. Da-da-da. So about 20 minutes into that browning, it is starting to go quite brown. we're going to add in the ginger and the garlic. As I've said a number of times in the past, don't burn your garlic. So garlic always goes in later than onions. And there goes a spoon hitting the floor. Aha! I'm feeling tired and clumsy today, so bear with me. There could be more juggling of utensils as the recipe goes on. Anyway, we'll give that 2 or 3 minutes. Just going to add a little bit of salt, probably about half a teaspoon for now. Do you like my new Le Creuset salt and pepper set? Very nice. Right, the salt's in, about half a teaspoon. Now the tomatoes, and we're going to give this 4 or 5 minutes. So the tomatoes are about done as well now. So when I said at the start of this it was going to be a lot shorter, what I kind of meant was about half of the time. So instead of a 3-hour dish, we're going to be doing an 1.5-hour dish, because the onions have still taken 20 to 25 minutes. The tomatoes a good 5 minutes, the garlic and ginger a good 5 minutes. And then now we're going to put in the chicken. And that's going to take a little while as well. So normally at this point, this tomatoey, oniony thing, I would put spices into. But because the spices have been marinating with the chicken overnight, you shouldn't need any more spices. This should now cook on a low heat, if I can get this stuff out of the sticking to the pan a bit, isn't it? Woo! Yes, what fun. So anyway, yes, now we're going to go on a low heat and cook this until the chicken is done. Keeping an eye on it, stirring it occasionally. Every minute or two you want to get in there and keep turning it around. But yeah, low heat, this is going to take probably about 40 minutes, I'd say. So yeah, we'll come back. Right, so there we are, we're about 40 minutes in. The chicken is pretty much cooked, but I'm going to keep it going for a little while longer just to reduce this sauce, because we don't want that much sauce. Let's have a taste of it for salt content. That's really nice, but yeah, you have to be careful with salt with this. Don't put salt it too early. So another 1/2 teaspoon. So I reckon salt-wise, 1.5 teaspoons, generous 1.5 teaspoons will cook this. But when it reduces down, that might get a little saltier anyway. So, but yeah, that's remember, this is a bone-in curry. If you don't want bones in, just get breast or get thighs without the bones in. I've cooked a bone-in curry today. I think it adds something to it, although it does get, you know, when you're eating it, you have to keep sort of picking bones out. That's the annoying bit. The good bit is the taste. The bad bit is that you have to keep picking bones out of your teeth. Right, we're going to give that 10 minutes and reduce some of the liquid down. Not a lot, just a little bit. Probably about 1 centimetre less of that. Right. While that's slowly reducing, I've chopped up a few fresh chilies. Pop those in there, and I'll give it a bit of a bite. If you don't want a bite, don't do the chili bit. Keep that going. And then in the final 5 minutes, I usually keep some chopped up fresh coriander frozen in the freezer, obviously, for moments like this. This is your choice. I like a little bit of coriander with some curries. And some people put them in every curry. I don't. But this curry will work. So another 5 minutes to a little bit more reduction, and let the coriander work its way through and do its magic. And there it is, in all its glory. A very wonderful chicken curry, which has taken about just over 1.5 hours. So it's not a very, very short curry, because really to do these traditional tasting curries you need a little bit of time. But I've brought it down from an hour and a half to, sorry, I've brought it down from 3 hours to an hour and a half, not an hour and a half to whatever I was about to say. That is going to taste really nice. I've got the luxury of leaving that for a couple of hours till my wife gets home. So that's going to sit there. I'll put the lid back on for a couple of hours. You will probably want to eat it straight away after you've been smelling this for an hour and a half. It smells amazing. So I wouldn't do this with rice because of the bones that are in there, because that'll make it a little bit more fiddly. I would do that with bread. So a naan or a roti, chapati, that sort of thing. Pitta would also work. Something that'll soak up this bloody gorgeous sauce. I mean, look at that. That is a beautiful sauce. Yeah, you want something to soak up that, so naan or a roti. Anyway, next time.